Surprising DNA found in ancient people from southern Europe. Since the beginning of human migration, the Iberian Peninsula, home of the modern-day Spain and Portugal, has been a place where cultures of Africa, Europe, and the Mediterranean have mingled. In a paper in the new journal Science, a group of 111 population geneticists and archaeologists charted 8,000 years of genetics in the region. They paint a picture that shows plenty of genetic complexity, but that also hints at a single mysterious migration about 4,500 years ago that completely shook up the ancient Iberians' DNA. The team searched DNA evidence for clues to how and when various populations became part of the Iberian Peninsula's gene pool. They sequenced the genomes of 271 ancient Iberians. They then combined that information with previously published data about 132 other ancient peninsula dwellers. Beginning in the Bronze Age, the genetic makeup of the area changed dramatically. Starting in about 2500 BC, genes associated with people from the steppes near the Black and Caspian Seas, in what is now Russia, can be detected in the Iberian gene pool. And from about 2500 BC, much of the population's DNA was replaced with that of the steppe people. The steppe hypothesis holds that this group spread east into Asia and west into Europe at around the same time, and the current study shows that they also made it to Iberia. Though 60% of the region's total DNA remained the same, the Y chromosomes of the inhabitants were almost entirely replaced by 2000 BC. That suggests a massive influx of men from the steppes, since the Y chromosomes are carried only by the men. It looks like the influence was very male-dominated, says Miguel Villar, a genetic anthropologist who serves as senior program officer for the National Geographic Society. Who were these men, and when did they come in peace? Villar, who was not involved with this study, speculates that the steppe men may have come on horses bearing bronze weapons, hence ushering in the Bronze Age to the area. He compares the migration to the one the indigenous peoples of North and South America faced when the first Europeans landed in the 1490s. It shows that you could have a migration all the way across the whole continent of Europe and still have a heavy influence this far extreme, he says. Although bronze came into use in Iberia around that time, no other distinct traces of steppe culture have yet been found. The study did show that people in present-day Basque, who still speak Western Europe's only non-Indo-European language, carry genetic markers closely related to those of the steppe people. And unlike modern Spaniards, modern-day Basques don't show the same amount of genetic mixing that happened on the peninsula over the centuries. The team also found a single individual with North African DNA from a site in the middle of Iberia. His bones date to around 2500 BC. At the beginning, I thought it was a mistake, says Ino Oalde, a population geneticist who led the study. When he replicated his work, he checked it out. The presence of that lone African suggests early sporadic interchange between Iberia and North Africa, making sense of archaeological discoveries of African ivory at Copper Age Iberian digs. But the team thinks that North African ancestry only became widespread in Iberia in about the last 2,000 years. This is because the Anunnaki populated Europe in the ancient past, known in the Greek myths as the Atlanteans. They were then forced out of Europe by the Athenians or modern-day Europeans.